Let's just start. We gotta start. Find the 12th fret on the 3rd string from the top. So not the top string, not the 2nd string, 3rd string from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There it is, 12th fret on pretty much every guitar, but not my guitar for some reason. The 12th fret has 2 dots on it. Why does the 12th fret have 2 dots on it? Great question. 12th fret has 2 dots on it because that is the exact middle of the guitar strings. That's the halfway point. Okay, it's the halfway point. That doesn't explain why it has 2 dots on it. Shut up. All right, so we have to play the 12th fret on the 3rd string from the top. Here it is. Sounds like this. Use your pointer finger. Just pluck that note with the pick. There it is. 12th fret on the D string, 3rd string from the top. You're just going to play it once. I don't know why I just played it 5 times in a row. You're going to play that note. Then, with your ring finger, skip the next string, reach all the way down to the B string, the 2nd string from the bottom, and play that string on the 15th fret. So we've got 12, 13, 14, 15. That's how counting works. Reach down, play that note with your ring finger. There we go. So we've got 12 on the D string, 15 on the B string. Let's do that a few times. Fantastic. Middle finger's getting involved. Middle finger is going to play 14th fret on the G string. That is the string in between those 2 other strings. There we go. Look at that. Let's play that a few times. E, O, A. E, O, A, A. Hoo, ha, he, ho. Ping, pang, wah, wah. All right. We got it. Now, if you're playing on an electric guitar, this is going to be even easier because you've got that big cutaway right there where you can you have a lot more room for your hand. If you are playing on a nylon string guitar, a classical guitar, that's the one that has the bottom strings look like they're made out of plastic. This is going to be harder. You're going to have to stretch out over the body of the guitar. It's going to be difficult to play. You're just going to have to deal with it, but it's totally natural. Nothing to be embarrassed about. Let's get back to the notes. 12th fret, 15th fret, 14th fret, then with your pointer finger, play the 12th fret on the 3rd string from the bottom, the G string. Bing, bang, boom, pow. 4 notes done. How did you like that cold open to the lesson? We've already learned half of the riff, and I haven't even talked about anything ridiculous yet. This is Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses. Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses, controversial singer Axl Rose, Project Runway star Tim Gunn. We're going to learn the whole song, but in this lesson, it's just going to be the iconic intro guitar riff. We'll go on and learn the verse, the chorus, the interlude, the bridge, maybe even some of the guitar solo. Maybe. We'll see. Depends on how well behaved you are. But for now, just the intro, which we've already learned half of. Let's learn the second half. So, we've already done 3rd fret on the D string, 15th fret on the B string, 14th fret on the G string, and 12th fret on the G string. And it's important that you go pointer finger, ring finger, middle finger, pointer finger. That is the way that Slash himself, the guitarist from the band, plays it. When I first learned this song, I used my pinky for the 15th fret, but then I saw a video of Slash playing live and he used his ring finger. And I've gotten used to it that way, and it actually, I think, makes a lot more sense using the ring finger, especially if you're standing up when you're playing. Your hand comes at the strings at a slightly different angle, and using the ring finger pays off big time, pays dividends. I don't know if that analogy works in this situation. Now, Let's learn the next part. So you've just played those first 4 notes. Then bring your ring finger down to the 15th fret on the bottom string. Now here's another thing that Slash does that we're going to do as well. Whenever you play the bottom string for this song, I want you to pick up with the pick. So see how I'm plucking that note up. The other notes, it doesn't matter that much. You can pluck up or down. But when you get to the bottom string, up. So now we've got 12, 15, 14, 12, up on 15 of the bottom string. What do you say, you and I, just the two of us, play these first 5 notes together a few times? Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's do it again. And 12, 15, 14, 12, 15 on the bottom. Then 2 more times. And a hey, ho, ha, he. Notice how I'm not like sliding my hand around. Because I'm using those 3 different fingers, I get to keep my hand just kind of parked in the same spot and just change which finger I'm pushing down. It doesn't look like I'm moving all that much. Right after that 15th fret, your middle finger is going to play 14 on the G string again. So that is the 3rd string from the bottom, right there. Yeah, only 2 more notes to go. All right. I like this part. This next part's fun. Your ring finger, just a moment ago, played the 15th fret on the bottom string. Now, take that same finger, that ring finger, slide it back a little bit, and play the 14th fret on the bottom string. Ooh. One more note. Let's learn this last note, then I'll show you some of my practice tips, my patented practice tips and tricks, and some of the variations that Slash plays later on in the intro. We just played 15, 14, then we went to 14 down on the bottom string with the ring finger. Last note, your middle finger plays 14 on the 3rd string from the bottom, the G string again. So that was 15, 14, 14, 14. Guys, we've learned the whole riff. 8 notes long. What do you say? We play it all the way through. 1, 2, here we go. And it just starts over again. You don't even get a second to break. Let's do it 2 more. I know earlier I said let's do it 2 more times, and then we only did it 1 more time. It was weird. Here we go, last time. Stuart, why do you always play everything so slowly? So slow, it gets so boring. You gotta play it slow. You gotta play it slow. So slow that it makes you want to puke. And then you'll know the notes, your fingers know where to go, and you can gradually speed it up. Let's talk about some helpful ways to practice this riff. I like to break it up into smaller parts. We've got the first half that we learned at first. Practice just those 4 notes a bunch of times in a row. Just those 4. Don't even worry about the last 4. If we take that same idea, we can just play the last 4 notes several times in a row. Look at this. Then we just start it over. By playing a small little part over and over again, you really develop the muscle memory. Sometimes if you try to practice too long of a section, like 8 notes in a row, you will get better eventually, but your fingers kind of have a hard time remembering what they did by the time you get all the way through it. So you kind of have to refigure it out each time. But if you just take a small little part like this, your fingers start to really get into a groove where they start playing the notes without you even thinking about it. Like right now, I'm able to talk and play this at the same time. I mean, I'm kind of rambling. I haven't really been keeping track of what I've been saying, so I'm not sure how well it's working, but still, my fingers are kind of on autopilot, and my brain and my mouth are just kind of on autopilot as well. I think I might be half asleep right now. See, I've completely lost track of what I'm saying. Have I talked? What? Who are you? How did you get here? So do they just keep playing those 8 notes for the whole intro? No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. They change little things. I'm going to show you the little things they change right now. First thing they do is play that regular riff 2 times in a row. Then they repeat it 2 more times, but this time, instead of starting by playing the 12th fret on the 3rd string from the top, they play the 14th fret on the 3rd string from the top. All the other notes are the same. You're going to use the exact same fingers. We're just replacing that very first note with the 14th fret. So it's going to be like this. So 7 of the 8 notes are exactly the same. We're only changing the first note. So it's the regular riff twice, then 14th fret twice, then after we play the 14th fret, we're going to switch to the 12th fret on the G string, the 3rd string from the bottom. The riff stays exactly the same, except the first note is the 12th fret on the 3rd string from the bottom. After they do that 2 times, they go back to the original riff with the 12th fret on the 3rd string from the top. So if we play it all the way through, it sounds like this. Regular riff twice. 14th fret. G string. Back to the original riff. You play each one twice, you go through all that, the bass is playing its solo thing, it's a great time for everybody. But still, there's more. They play that entire sequence 2 times through, exactly like that. First time, it's guitar all by itself. Second time, the drums and bass and stuff start doing stuff. The third time, it starts off exactly the same. They do the 12th fret on the D string, 2 times, 14th fret, exactly the same, 12th fret on the G string, exactly the same. But then, when we should be going back to the original riff with 12th fret on the D string, they play this little ending part. This part is completely different. Let's go through it. Would you please play for me the 12th fret on the bottom string, the high E string, and pluck up on that note? All right. Then middle finger reaches up to the 14th fret on the 3rd string from the bottom, the G string. keep track of that note right there because we're going to come back to that note every other note for this part of the song. So 12 on the bottom, 14 on the G string, then 15 on the B string. Because every other note is the 14th fret on the G string, we're going right back to that note. So 12, 14, 15, 14, then back to 12 on the bottom string. And then back to 14 on the G string. All right, this is where it gets interesting. Ring finger, 14th fret on the bottom string, then back to 14 on the G string. All right, just a few more notes left. Ring finger reaches up to 15 on the high E string. And then what's next? That's right, 14th fret on the G string. All right, 15, 14, then 14 on the bottom string, back to 14 on the G string, and then I've completely lost track of where we are. Sweet Child of Mine, that's the song we're doing. I think we have 4 more notes left. Can you handle 4 more notes? No? We should stop right here? We'll just stop right here. Just stop. Oh, we're back. We're going to learn the last 4 notes. All right. We just played 15 on the bottom, 14 on the G string, 14 on the bottom, 14 on the G string, 12th fret on the bottom string. We're almost done. 14 on the G string again. Every other note, we go back to that guy. All right. What's left? I think we do 15 on the B string, second string from the bottom. This is too many notes and frets and strings. And then finally, back to 14 on the G string. So many notes. That's it. Let me play you how this part all fits in. Check it out. Well, that was a bad start. That's hard. That's hard. You know, I think the hardest thing about this song is the picking hand. We have to skip around between so many different strings. This hand gets to kind of stay in the same spot. Your pick has to dart all over the place. I recommend trying not to stare at your pick the whole time you're playing. I just don't think you need to. It's going to slow you down. If your eyes have to get involved in this whole process, they're just going to slow things down, muck things up, get in the way. I would like you to try as hard as you can to do it just by feel. Just by feeling where those notes are, bro. You know? I have to tell you one more thing. I don't know why I waited until the end of the song to say this. Guns N' Roses tuned down a half step when they play this song. So instead of being tuned E, A, D, G, B, E, they're tuned E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E flat. So it sounds different if you play along with it. If you want to play along with the recording totally authentically, you have to tune down your guitar a half step. It's a pain. I recommend not tuning down. I recommend just playing it in normal tuning. And then if you want to play along with the recording, here's a little secret. If you, in YouTube, type Sweet Child of Mine standard tuning, you will find someone has adjusted the pitch of Sweet Child of Mine so it's not down a half step, and then you can play it the way that we learned it without detuning your guitar, and it's going to work out great. My voice is spent. My brain is done. Let's just move on with our lives, and we'll never have to see each other again. Bye.